to Rajgiri Entrepreneurship Development Tales, also known as Red Tales, an initiative by RSIT IEDC, that is Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Center, to encourage and motivate young minds with experiences and challenges shared by successful entrepreneurs and influencers. IEDC of Rajgiri School of Engineering and Technology is an organization under the Kerala Startup Mission, which promotes innovation and startup culture in and around the Rajgiri campus by conducting both technical and non-technical events. Today, we have with us a committed and highly successful technocrat who will inspire us with his stories of overcoming challenges and riding the storm, about unflinching determination and unwavering dedication. The spark was a routine engineering college project. The rest is history. A project to build an inverter inspired him to manufacture many, many more. He had already decided to start a business after completing his engineering, and he had always wanted to become a technocrat. With respect and admiration, let's welcome the man behind this revolution, the founder, chairman, and managing director of Hyken India, Mr. Christo George.
Thank you for the great words, Sonia.
Yes, sir. Isn't it incredible that Mr. George founded Hyken India Limited in Thrissur in 1991, right after completing his engineering degree? Hyken India has presence in the manufacturing sector as well as in the service sector. Hyken manufactures electronic products such as inverters and servo stabilizers, and solar products such as solar water heaters and solar lights. In the service sector, Hyken is well known in the medical and business transcription space. With the motto of powering the nation, that is, powering this company, they aim to enter the Fortune 500 club very soon. Without further ado, let me hand over to the dynamic go-getter, Mr. Christo George.
Thank you very much. Good evening to all of you. So let us start. I'll share some of the slides also here. Just 1 minute. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So all of you want to be successful in life. The big question is how one can become success. You may be hearing a lot of talks from other successful people. So the easiest way to become success is to understand how others are becoming success. When we say easy way is always to copy others, other successful people. Now the big question is how we can copy successful people. We have to copy what they think, what they do, but it's easier to copy external things. But what they think and what they in their subconscious mind, what all things are happening, it's difficult to copy. So copy is one of the easiest thing for you to become success. That's why your club and Sonia is taking a lot of initiative for interacting with successful people in the state of Kerala. One of the easiest way, as I told, copying, many of your moms may be making good coffee and you may be telling, oh, she's doing a wonderful coffee, what I can't do. If she can make, why can't you make? Anybody can make. If you take it as a process of making coffee, you make it into a process, look at it at minute level, how much grams of coffee powder she's taking, how much grams of sugar she's taking, what is the temperature of the water, milk, everything. If you measure and quantify and written down the process in detail, and if you repeat that process, you'll get a coffee of same taste. So copying is the easiest to get the same result. But while copying, there are variation happens. This variation distorts the output. That is the taste of coffee. One thing we cannot give input is that while your mom making that coffee, what she thinks. The love also comes from that feeding that we cannot copy. So otherwise, 99.99% of the process, if you make it correct, you'll get a right result. That is a beautiful coffee. So that is what I told. The easiest way to become successful is to copy successful people, what they do and what they think. To understand how people are becoming success for copying or to learn from them, they conducted a survey of 100 successful entrepreneurs in the state of Kerala. The finding is surprising that 80% of them are not educated in the area of their success. What it means? Doctor becoming very successful running a pig farm. He is having more than 30,000 of pig. An engineer successful running a chain of hotels. He become engineer, he studied for engineering, but he is success in totally different area. So he studied something, but he was success in totally different field of, not in the area of their education. Another percentage out of only 20% are studied and they have become success in the area of their studies. Even there's another 40 to 50% of the people are not even completed their 12th standard or not taken a degree in any of the subjects. Still, they are very successful, running big enterprise, employing more than thousands of employees. From that, one point is that education contributes only 20% for your success. Many studies says that say education is important, is a passport for your job. Don't worry about job. In the next coming years, there's a great opportunity opening up for you. So don't worry about the job. You will get a job. And that is the degree what you are going to get. That is the contribution of education for your life. But for becoming success, education is only contributing 20%. Otherwise, all these people who are successful are not educated in the area of their successful segment. So basically, it says that education contributes only 20% of success. Now the question is, what contributes 80% of your success? From where we'll get that? It's nothing else. Attitude. If you have a right attitude, you will become successful, no doubt about it. When we say attitude, what it means? When we say right attitude, we are talking about positive attitude. The thing is, are you positive attitude personality or not? Many of us doesn't know about that. Nobody is teaching us what is attitude, how to gain positive attitude. Nobody teaches us. We are throughout the years as a soft skill, some courses are given to us, but this contributes 80% of your success. So you should spend more time, focus on this, how to have the right attitude. The simplest way to create a positive attitude is smile. It's a simple tool, what a skill, but I'll tell it's a skill which you have to excel. Many of us don't know how to smile. We smile or we learn to smile. Who will teach you to smile? I'm not seeing any institution teaching us how to smile. In your whole life, who taught you to smile? We learn from our young age, from our parents, then from our relatives, from our family, then from our society. The more you grow, you forget to smile. You don't know how to smile first. Take an example, when you meet somebody who's coming from the other side of the road, we know him, but not very close. What we do? First, we look at him or her, and we look down, and again we look and we check whether he's going to smile. If he smile, then we smile. If you want to be successful in life, you should be the first person to smile at others. It's a very simple tool. So free to smile at others. There's nothing wrong. It's a powerful tool. Learn how to smile. You can watch when you take a selfie, most of you can give a beautiful smile. But the moment you stop the camera, your face becomes different. Why? You have to keep a smiling face. The power of smile, they have conducted a survey here in Thrissur. They asked the new generation textile showroom to all the girls and boys. Ask them to smile. Think that your customers are your friends and relatives. Treat them like that with smiling face. The business has grown more than 30 to 40% on that day. The same girls and boys were asked not to smile and do the business. The business dropped by more than 50%. You can see the power of smile, the business to grow by 30 to 40% per day. Just give a simple smile. You can see the power of smile. That is the positive attitude you create, not only in you, in your surrounding. So people feel confident facing you. Now, many of you may be making a call to your mom or friend. They are maybe 500 kilometers away. From first hello, you can make it whether they are in good mood or bad mood, right? Yes, you can make it. From first, just from hello itself, the person sitting 500 kilometers away in the other side of the phone can make out whether you are in good mood or bad mood. Think about yourself going to an interview, facing the interview. If you are not confident, the smile will not come into your face. For smiling, you have to have a lot of confidence inside. When you are in fear, that will reflect on your face. And you are sitting with a interviewer looking at him, what you are transmitting. If you are not smiling, your face will look horrible, and that fear, what inside you, will come out. The other person sitting in front of you will get this same thing, the same feeling of what you have, the fear of taking you, because they feel no confident in you, because your face looking. Next time, see the difference in whatever situation, whenever you enter into a room, whenever you meet a person, you should be the first person to smile at others. Many times we can hear when we go to a marriage or a function, and never mind, you can hear a lot of complaints like that. Next time when you meet a person, give a beautiful smile. Don't worry about the other person smiling back or not. Many times when the other person don't smile back, we feel insulted or will get upset. But don't worry about that. If you want to become, think the other way. Sorry, that fellow doesn't know how to become success in life. So you should be the first person to smile at others. It can change a big attitude, not only in you, they are around surrounding. Next time when you go to your HOD or your madam or sir without doing any work or not completing the assignment, go there, not with a fearful face, give a beautiful smile. In whatever mode she or he is, they will change. The whole scenario will come down. So the power of smile is a very important tool. It's a skill which you have to develop. You can see when you enter into the flights, the air hostess give you a smile. That is not the smile that I am talking about. That smile they make up, that comes from the lips. But when you smile, if you are really confident, that smile has to come from your heart. The other one, people can make up. So you have to learn. It's a skill which has to be developed. If you are only bold enough, confident enough, then only you can give a beautiful smile. Wherever you go, do that. And it will change your attitude and others' attitude towards you also. So are you a positive personality? That is the old scenario what we are talking about. Whether you're a positive attitude personality, which contribute 80% of your success. This is a simple thing. What you have to analyze yourself is to understand. An average person have 30 to 40,000 thoughts per day. It's continuously coming from your mind. When you are young, the thoughts will be more. We call it self-talk. It's a non-stop. The moment you open your eyes, whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day, whether I look good, how my friends treat me today, all these self-thoughts continuously come into your mind. Trace these thoughts. If 80% of your thoughts is positive, you're a positive attitude personality. If 80% of your thoughts is negative, you're a negative attitude personality. So it's important to think positive, to see good in everyone, to see good in the college to see good in the state where you are living, in good in our country, you can think positively. You can think that the control is in your, like a remote, what you have in hand. The control of positive thinking is in your hands. You can think positive in every situation. When you meet a friend of you coming in a yellow sari, many times friends will say, "Ee sari land wear sari kittille in the color," because she loves that color. She wears that. What is the bother you? Enjoy that and give a compliment. Oh, you love this color. I think that is nice. What's wrong? But most of the time, we are tuned to look at negative side. We are tuned from the young age. Nobody tell us പഠിക്കാണ്ടിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അല്ലെ പഠിച്ചില്ലെങ്കിൽ നീ മണ്ടനാവും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ജോലി കിട്ടില്ല. Nobody tell us if you learn you will get a good job. We are bombarded from the young age, from our parents, from our relatives, from our society, negativity. Not only that, the moment you open the newspaper, all the negative news will be in different page. Why? People love to hear negativity. That's their business. So all the positive news may be in the inner page. If there's a rocket or a satellite going to moon, it will be in third page. If there's an inversion, it will be in the third or fourth page. But if there's a murder or a rape, anything is there, it will come in different page. Why? I asked one of the editors of the newspaper, I told, why you are putting all this in the negative, which create negative thoughts. When you read it, you will feel negative. So you are becoming a negative attitude personality. I asked him, why you are putting all this kind of news on the front page? They told, we are here to do business. People, we give what people love. So we should understand, we are tuned to see, think, look forward to hear negative news. That creates a negative attitude, not only in us, in our surrounding. So next time, when you hear something negative, don't put your ear for that. When you see something negative, stop there. Look what is good in one person. A person sitting next to you, whether he is a friend, whether he is a teacher, look, everyone is a lot of positive things in their life or in their. So we have to look only positive side. So learn to become positive in your life. Many of you maybe heard about law of attraction. What it means? Your destiny is created by your thoughts. Thoughts are very powerful. It's not in your head now. You are like a FM transmitter, transmitted the entire thoughts to the infinite world. Now, we call it, it's an electromagnetic wave. In electronics, the technology has grown to such a way that you can put an implant anywhere in your body. And your thoughts can be interpreted by this implant and wirelessly transmit to a server. You sit in, enter into the house, think, let this light switch on. The light switch on. Let the AC switch on. You have to think only. So these thoughts can be interpreted now. So when you think, it's not a thought in your head, it's transmitting. And it's a wave frequency. It's called electromagnetic waves. It's a very positive. When you have positive thoughts, it's a very different frequency. When you have negative thoughts, it's a very different frequency. This frequency, when we say that when you're sending waves, same frequency waves will sync. So like tuning fork, when you are in a classroom, you learned when at a younger age, same frequency tuning fork when triggered. There are 100 numbers of tuning fork in a room. Once you trigger a tuning fork, the same frequency tuning fork there in the room start vibrating, syncing with the same frequency. What it means, like that, our thoughts will get synced with the infinite world. There are so many thoughts, so many frequencies, so many waves. And your thoughts, what you think, you will attract. You will get synced to that, and it will come in your real life. That's why all religious books says, whether it's Quran, whether it is Bible, whether it is Bhagavad Gita, all talk about your destiny is created by your thoughts. So it's very important what you think in your life. Now I would like to share my experience from the young age. I have an ability called dyslexia. I always think, not in young age, now I think that it's an ability for success. What is dyslexia? Dyslexia means learning disability. 20% of the students in a class normally will have this capability called dyslexia, learning disability. This kind of students cannot learn like normal students. So they sit in the class. It is easy to identify from the young age. This kind of students, their handwriting, they will be very slow. They make a lot of spelling mistakes. Their books will not be complete. I am like a student at that age, young age. My notebook will not be full because by the time I slowly writing down, the teacher might have rubbed off. So there's no meaning of sitting in the class and writing down. And I think that I was a dumb boy. All these students considered as backbenchers. Why they are becoming, many of them are becoming very success in their life. In studies in earlier age, they are very poor. But when they comes to real life, they become very successful. Why? Because this kind of students visualize things. They learn through pictures. So they have to be taught in a different way instead of normal students. When a normal students, if the teacher put a spelling CAR in the board and asked to write, you can take it, the alphabet CAR in your mind and take it back from your brain and write down. But this kind of students is a picture. They start drawing CAR in their book. So it will take a long time because they are trying to copy the picture. So normal students, if you put a flower, you have to copy. But this kind of students, they'll take it as a picture and they can copy very fast. So that is the ability of this kind of students to visualize. Why visualization become very important in life? We'll come to that. At a young age, as I was a dyslexia, difficulty in learning, I can't by heart ABCD fully. Even till fourth, I failed in fourth. So even second, third, fourth, I have nothing else to do in the class. I sit in the class and dream. I dream about 9 companies in my life. Why 9 companies? I had a big poster at that time in my house, the poster of a National Geography showing all the planets' pictures. So I dream about all these planets and I think myself that I'll name all my companies each planet's name. That was the, so when I in the school, there's nothing else for me to do. I sit and dream about the 9 companies, hospitals, factories, like that. I dream about 9 companies. That was the dream I had. One day I was dreaming in the class. The teacher asked me, "Why are you dreaming or not listening? You are a dumb boy. Come, stand in the bench." She started beating me for dreaming in the class. But the other side, Dr. Abdul Kalam, whenever he met the young generation, what he asked you to dream. Our late president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, always asked to dream, dream, dream. But nobody teaches us when to dream, how to dream, where to dream. He's talking about dreaming of your goals. What goals you have? Dream about that. The question is whether you have goals. Many of us doesn't have goals. So in my school days, I always dream. Sitting in the class, I always dream about 9 companies in my life. First standard, I failed. I started learning about reading full sentence. Till that time, it was difficult for me to read like normal students. So I started reading. When I passed out fourth standard, I was able to read again. So that was the time of change in my life. After fourth, I studied, failed, and again studied in the same class. By fifth, I moved to another school called Holy Angels English Medium High School in Uluru itself. Is next to my house. So at that time, at the young age, when I was in fifth standard, sixth standard, I always want to make money myself. I don't know why it has started coming in. So after school time, my father is into timber business. He's a sawmill. His sawmill is next backside of our house. So I go there and work there after school time. So there are so many Tambian boys at that time in our factory. There are more than 100 people working there in the furniture unit. So I also spend time with them, varnishing, polishing. So they give 2 rupees at that time for 1 hour of work. If I do 1 hour of work, they'll give me 2. More than that, they give me a coffee, which is not allowed at my home. Only milk is allowed in my home. So more than all this, I got a great importance for money. When you earn 2 rupees, at that time by your own. The value of money is so important. You cannot easily spend after that. So when I was in fourth standard, fifth standard, sixth standard, I was able to start reading comics. I started with this money. I go and buy comics. The moment I read the comics, all my friends in the class want to have that comic book. But it's very rare to get comics book in that libraries and all. So I thought about the idea. Why don't you share 1 rupee? And we have around 15 students at that time in our class. So all of them agreed. So when I buy one book, spending at that time comic was costing 3.5 rupees to 4 rupees. Mandrake, Fanda, that was the kind of comics I read, Tintin. So I shared with them. So after one person reading, it will go to the next person and I'll collect 1 rupee. As we are into a new school and this school is started newly, there's no library at all. I thought, why don't, because from one book I was able to make 50, I can buy another 3 books. So the idea of starting a library came into my mind when I was in seventh standard. That was my first venture when I put the biggest planet's name, Jupiter Library. That is the biggest planet what I also dreamt. So my first enterprise started when I was in seventh standard. So I had more than 250 students enrolled into that library in next 2 years because there was no. My focus was on library mainly for comics and novels for students. So there are 3 schools nearby my house, and there are many students enrolled into that library. And library, I printed everything like a name, and it was getting money at the time. So that was the time I was making money, and that money is not big but small. But at that time, even 200, 300 rupees per month getting is a huge money for a student like when he is in seventh standard. That was the time when I was in 8th standard. The TVS 50, that is the moped two-wheeler. Till that there was no small two-wheelers. It's a good one. It was launched. Immediately I was seeing that and I want that bike to buy. I asked my dad, I want that bike. Can you get me one? He had given a great advice to me on that day. He told me, whenever you make money of your own, you can buy that bike. That bike was costing at that time 3,800. Now it may cost much higher. I'm talking about long back. Immediately my focus has shifted. How to make money, more money. Going and working for 2 hours and factory to not make money for buying a TVS 50. So I asked my dad, he has a car. I told I'll wash your car every day. You give me 20 rupees. He told he has a driver. So I was thinking and asking for help because I want some of my father's friends have a petrol bunk. I told I will stand there and do the daily work. Why don't you pay? They are not, our society is not tuned to, or our society allow students to do this kind of work. On that time, we were taking a tour from this school to Chennai. That is at that time it's Madras. The bus was parked in the Moor Market. I am familiar with Moor Market because I go travel with my dad. That Moor Market is the place they sell old books next to the railway station. The bus is parked so that we have to go to the second show. There's a gap of 1 hour. So the teacher told us you can go and do the shopping in the Moor Market. I'm familiar with that place. My intention to go there to buy old books for my library. So I went there with friends. When I went inside, I can see a lot of aquarium, goldfish. They are selling goldfish and aquariums on there. To my curiosity, there is one plant inside that glass aquarium. And I asked how much this plant cost. And he told that it will cost 12 rupees. In my house, in my pond, there are hundreds of these plants. I told if I bring this plant, for what rate you will buy it? Then he told that he'll take it for 10 rupees. After seeing the movies, the way back from the Chennai to Thrissur, I was not able to sleep. I was dreaming about my TVS 50 because I have at least 500 plants in my house. I can sell for 10 rupees. I will get 5,000 rupees at that time. and I can buy my own TVS 50. That was the happiness I got, and I was dreaming about that throughout the journey. Riding the TVS 50 and everything is happening. Immediately reaching home, I told my dad I want to go back to Chennai once you are going, because he traveled in car at that time to Tamil Nadu. We have two factories there at that time. So I told him that I'll come with you. He told, "Oh, for what?" I told, I want to sell these plants. He told me that they are making fun of you. They will not buy. But I was very adamant, and it took for me 1 month to make sure when father was leaving to Chennai, I also joined with him with 500 plants. Once reached Chennai, father asked the driver to take me to the Moore market and help me to sell these plants. I had 2 tin boxes at that time. The biscuit comes in the big boxes. So I went to the Moore market. Driver took the plants with me. When we reached the shop, I told that I have the plants, but you, because as we have factories in Tamil Nadu, I can speak little Tamil. I told we have brought the plants for you, and you agreed for 10 rupees. Then he told that he don't remember me at all, and he doesn't know, and he told that he doesn't want plants. I was, all my dreams are shattering. I was so upset. I started crying in front of the, because we are dreaming about 5,000 rupees, and he is telling that he doesn't need any plants. When I started crying, my driver had an argument with this shopkeeper, and ultimately he told me what I told, 10 rupees. Get lost. He given me 10 rupees and he took one plant. Then driver asked him where he can sell this plant. He directed to a professor who is selling this goldfish in a big way. He's a fisheries department professor. He took me to his house, and driver went inside and talked to him, and he told he'll take the plants. So I was relieved. I was happy. Then he told that he'll give only 1 rupee. So from 5,000 has come down to 500. Even 500 rupees is a big money at that time. I agreed for him. And he told that I will not give a rupee, I'll give you goldfish. I was more happy. Goldfish was costing 5 rupees in Thrissur. Then he given goldfish which is so small and it is dark in color. I told this is not goldfish. Then he told it's just breeding. It's only 3 days old or 5 days old. You can take it and put it there and it will grow. I was so upset seeing that small tiny things, black color. Anyhow, there's another option for me. I took that and driver and came back and put it in our pond. After some time, because many students come every day to cut the books. After 2 to 3 months, this tiny fish become visible. And they want to have goldfish. So I was able to sell around 20 to 30 goldfish. And at that time, after 2 or 3 months, I got a call. Not my father got a call from this professor, and he told that he want more this Amazon plant. And he told no need to come, he can send it by train, and he will send bigger goldfish. For me, it became a business sending the plants there. He pay 1 rupee per plant, but instead of rupee, he'll send me the goldfish, which cost 2 to 3 rupees in Thrissur market. I started selling this goldfish in my house, and there will be daily people started coming for buying this goldfish. I made more than 5,000 rupees when I was in 9th standard. That was my first venture where I made money and I bought my first TVS 50 with that money. Because my dad can observe because I earned myself. And he told that you can buy. And one condition, you cannot take this bike outside our compound or our sawmill. So that was the thing. Why I am talking about this is the importance of visualization. What you dream in your life, you realize that's your destiny is created by your thoughts. What thoughts you have, it's a very powerful tool. When you visualize, it's not in your head. You're repeatedly when you visualize. That's what Dr. Abdul Kalam always talk about. Dream about what? Dream about the goal, what you want in life. So what is goal? For that, you should understand the difference between, this is the first unit I started immediately after engineering. So I started after completing my engineering. Immediately, I am very clear that I will not go for a job. I'll start my own. When I was in final engineering, I chose a project which is business importance because that project was inverter. So I done my project in Kochi University and completed the inverter. And we were one of the first company to start inverter as a brand in India. At that time, nobody knows about inverters. And I started the first unit in 1991 as Icon Electronics System in a small rented house with 5 employees. The first product as inverter is costly and as a business, it require more investment. I started with a small product called water level controller. From that, we derived the name Icon, Hydro Controls. From that, we put the Icon. So the first product was water level control. Immediately, we moved to within 3 months, I started production of inverters. Then every year, we were able to move because inverter was the first time introduced in the market. Water level was the first product, water level available at that time in the market. And we were the first to introduce a product into the market. And as it's a new product, nobody will come to the shop and buy it. So we have to follow the concept of direct selling direct to the customer. So we have created a team of sales executives like Eureka folks. They will go directly to the customer and teach them what is water level controller, how they function, and the sales started. Similar way, inverter was a new product into the market, and we were the first in the country to start inverter as a product. That also we sold through the direct. So these are all technology products each time, and we were able to, luckily, the first player into the market. And next comes the UPS also. At that time, the computerization was going, and we were almost the initial or the first runner in that segments wherever we entered. Then we entered into the solar segments in it, and that also initially solar water heater 25 years back. We were one of the few companies initially introduced solar water heater. Like that, we got an advantage of that. Now, when we come back, I want to, because the time is short, we are talking about goal. Dr. Abdul Kalam was talking about dream about your goal. For that, we should understand what is goal. For that, we should understand the difference between wish. All of you have wishes in your life. But many times when I address the students, or some of them comes for interview, ask them what you want to become after 5 years. Where you will be, what kind of salary will be. 80% of them are not very clear what they want and where they will reach in the next 5 years. If I ask you to travel from Thrissur to, not telling the destination, I am asking you to travel next 2 hours. What you do? You can go to any bus stand. You can stand there without the bus comes. You can enter into that bus, and wherever the bus reaches after 2 years, you can get down. If I tell you a destination, you have to reach from Thrissur to Kochi in 2 hours. What you do? You look at the name board of the bus, where the bus is taking you. That is the destination. Second, you look what kind of bus it is, whether it's a ordinary bus or whether it's a fast passenger. Accordingly, you enter into a bus because you know your destination and the time you have in hand. Then you choose the right bus. But when it comes to your life, we don't know our destination, where we will reach next 5 years, next 2 years. So it's like entering into a bus without looking the destination. Wherever the bus take you, we will reach there. That's why many people think that I'm not lucky, you are lucky because you got a good job. I didn't have luck. Luck is created by you. Luck is created by your thoughts. So you should have, many of us have wishes. I want this, I want this, I want to become, I want a good car, I want a good big house. These are all wishes. The moment you put a time frame for your wish, it becomes a goal. It's very simple. I will have a car in next 2 years. A wish become a goal. When you say that, it's easier to understand for your subconscious mind. I'm not going, as our time is limited, I'm not going into that. But the simple tool is here. When the moment you put a time frame for your wish, it becomes a goal. Once it becomes a goal, it's easy to process and to understand for your subconscious mind. Once you set a goal, it's easy to visualize, to dream. That's why all these backbenchers or the dyslexia students, they can visualize what they want in life as pictures. Once you picturize that, it becomes a strong command in your subconscious mind. It creates a belief in your subconscious mind. Once a belief is created, the you should understand how your brain works and your body is working. Who's controlling that? The brain is controlling. Now the question is, who controls your brain? We'll say mind. Where is your mind? Nobody knows where is our mind. Now we know that mind is controlling our brain and brain controls and their body. So we are not in control of our mind. And mind have two parts. One is conscious and subconscious mind. Conscious mind, we have control. It's live. The moment you are into sleep mode, subconscious mind work. And it work for 24 hours, subconscious mind. Conscious mind is live or work only when you are conscious. The secret behind is that you have to create a belief in your subconscious mind about your goal, about the possibility of achieving that goal. For that, to create a belief, the easy way is to visualize. Visualize your goals. Dream about your goals repeatedly. Once you does it, we call it a virtual reality. Experience the future now. Experience what you want in future now. And it become a belief in your subconscious mind. Once it's happened, it triggers your brain. The mind will triggers your brain. The brain will send messages to your entire body, including your eyes, ear. So once subconscious know exactly what you want in life, it will attract in your life. That's why all religious books says that your thoughts is very powerful. Your destiny is created by your thoughts. So think what you want in life, not what you don't want in life. Many times people want money, but they think many or most of the time, the situation where they don't have money. What it means? What you think you attract. When you think about money and the situation where you don't have money, that situation you attract in your life. For that, what you have to do? If you want money, think good about the money. The moment you touch money, feel happy. The moment you give somebody money, be happy. So that feel of happiness brings back the money in your life. So it's a very simple tool from wish to goal. Make goals in your life. Set goals in your life. So I hope you are able to understand. So it's a wonderful, if you don't have a goal, set a short time goals, long time goals, and enjoy the life and work for that goal. Dream about the goal. Then because of time limit, we are not continuing that. There's a how the brain and mind works. There's a research, lot of things are there. I'm not going on that. Once set a goal, it can be, that's a process where you can take the goal into your subconscious mind. As the time is limited, we'll not go for that. Now, only thing is that when you visualize, when you set goals, think big instead of thinking small. Set big goals, but start small. Start small and think big. So, wish you all the best. Think big and think big goals. And then it can, if you create a belief that you can achieve that, you can really achieve, and it will bring in big success in your life. So dream your goals, achieve success in your life. Thank you. And if you can go for a questionnaire session, so we'll answer your questions.
Thank you for your inspiring words. Sir, deeply appreciate and loved your message on positive attitude, personality, and smile. A smile is a great connector and it's infectious, and thankfully a positive kind of infection. And secondly, thought and visualization as energy, and thought as the forefather of action and success. All wonderful takeaways from today's talk. I am sure this provides motivation to our future entrepreneurs. Kindly note, the feedback form will be put in the chat box shortly. Only the registered participants who have also filled the feedback form will receive the e-certificates. Now for the Q&A session, over to Augusto.
Thank you, Sonia. I hope I'm audible. So going for the first question, actually, sir, it's a question of my own. I'd like to ask you, sir, during this COVID situations, that is especially when things have been low, things have gone pretty disheartening and pretty, lowly encouraging. How is it that since you talked about goals, how is it that you find a way to stick to it? Or what are the motivations that you see or you find the way how you can still keep upon, sticking to the goal, even though the COVID is a pretty disappointing and a pretty low, less hopeful time. So what do you think about that, sir?
It's nice. We are all going through a difficult times. in a COVID situation, we don't know what's going to happen next. We are facing uncertainty in life. What exactly what you told is right. The easiest way is to, because this creates fear. What is fear? When we face uncertainty in life, we don't know what's going to happen next. Fear is created. That's what we are going to. Once the fear is there in your mind, our attitude will change. When you are in a fearful state, your output will come down. You have to be a very positive charged moment, your maximum output will come. But this kind of states, if we once the fear is created, because we are not very clear what's going to happen, we are reaching a fearful state. Now this we have to take it in a different level. Fear is a genetic. Instead of fear controlling us, we should learn how to overcome the fear. If you have a fear for falling down, you cannot learn cycling. You have to overcome that fear of falling down, then only you can learn cycling. If you have a fear of gulping water, you cannot learn swimming. To learn swimming, you have to overcome the fear of gulping water. How they do this? It's a very simple technique. There is another kind of people who go for adventurous sports like river rafting, mountain climbing. There also they face uncertainty in life every day, every step. They don't know what's going to happen. They may fall down. They may hit a rock. But instead of taking it as a fear, they take it as an adventurous sport. Like that, when we take, instead of getting into fear, instead of facing the uncertainty, take it as an adventurous life. Then it becomes challenging. It will become thrilling. You are going through an adventurous life. That is what you can take, and the entire scenario will change. The moment you think in that way, the life becomes more meaningful. You will see a lot of meaning, and you should understand that India is going to be one of the biggest economies, no doubt about it. We have overcome this kind of situation 100 years back. This kind of pandemic was there. We have overcome that. Without this kind of infrastructure, this kind of knowledge, this kind of technology, we overcome that situation 100 years back. I am sure that in next few months, we'll overcome, maybe 1 year. Then the growth is potentially very high. When we once face a pandemic, then there is an opportunity to grow. Anyhow, India is going to be one of the biggest economy. So look forward as a bright future. Don't worry about the present, what is happening. Visualize the future, think and set goals for 5 years, not tomorrow or next 2 months. So the sky is the limit for you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. That was actually a very good answer. We have another question from Richard. He says that from a 5-employee only company to a multi-cloud company, how would you comment on the progress of the mission of the company being powering the nation?
So when I started first, I was very clear. I don't want to start in a very big way. Even I can at that time I started with my pocket money of 25,000. Even at that time, I will be able to start it with 5 lakh also. I don't want to borrow money, not only from any place or relatives or father. With my pocket money, I want to start in a small way. And I was very clear, next 5 years, not in 1 year. If I'm not successful, because my mother went to US at that time, because many of my friends were US when we passed out. I am the only person decided to start a venture. And I was very clear, with 25,000, you will be looking at a small room with a small facility. You are the peon, you are the cleaner, you have to do everything yourself. And my mother took a green card there to take me to US, because my sister was there in US. I told, I'm not coming, I'm not going. If even my dad told me, why don't you come and sit in a sawmill? I'll pay you much more than what you get here, because it's a small place with 5 people. So inside me, the next 5 years, if I'm not able to reach where I want to reach, I'll go and sit in my father's business, or I'll go to US. So after 1 year, when my friends come back and see the pathetic condition where I am sitting and earning, I find it very difficult to earn 1,000 rupees at that time, where my friends is getting 10,000 rupees. It's a big change. And they ask me, why you are spending this kind of nonsense sitting like this? And some of the students who came from US, who are a very close friend of mine, after 3 years, we are grown to a little level, not big or still very small. And I told at that time, it was my dream to have a foreigner sitting as a watchman in my company. It may happen. That is the kind I told, if that is not possible, I'll come after 5 years. So there was a very clear goals for me where I should reach. That was very clear for me. If not in the terms of money or the profit, somehow I should have 9 companies. That was the goal, which is at a very young age always drive me to have. Now we have more than 9 companies. So the 5 is only, I always maybe debate on luck. Many things happened in my life. I think that I am very lucky. And I started debating on luck. It's not like Jadagam, luck, then only you can grow. Later, I understood once I learned about neuro-linguistic programming, how to program your mind. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. We can understand that this is happening because of your thoughts. Luck is created by your thoughts. Once we analyze that, what you think you attract. So all these things happen in my life. It is not because of my capability, I'm very sure. Nature or the entire universe is making available for me, and I feel that I'm lucky. So from 5 employees, we have more than 500 employees now.
Right, that's amazing. So that's actually very good. We have one more question from Rohit. And he says, sir, is it good to pursue your passion for entrepreneurship right after graduation? Or should I spend some time in that respected field by working in a company and then set off?
Both are possible. I started immediately after my college, but I got some level of information because I helped my father, even in school, even in college. I spent there in their sawmill, in their business, in his business. So I was able to understand a little bit about the business. So immediately after college of engineering, I started and made a lot of mistakes because I'm not very knowledgeable in finance and all. So at that moment, when you start with a small amount, if you fail anything, it's not impacting you. But if you invest 10 lakh at that time and started, that failure will take a bigger role on your destiny. So what I suggest, if you want to start immediately after college, you have to work somewhere your passion area while you are in the college. You have a lot of time. Spend time in the evening. Spend time on Saturdays and Sundays and work in that area or where your passion is. Then you will get a lot of experience. If you are not doing that, after college, never do and start a startup. Instead of that, if you are not done only focused on studies, after your studies, you go and work in the passionate area, not more than 2 years, maximum 2 years. If you work there more than 2 years, you'll become comfortable. Never you will enter into the water, muddy area. So entrepreneurship is a skill and it can be learned, no doubt about it. But when you are becoming an entrepreneur, you should not look at the money. You should not look at the profit, what is going to. You should look at the freedom and the power you are going to enjoy. You are the owner, you are the boss. That is the kind of happiness. If that happiness is not there, you're looking, oh, I started a venture, I'll get an angel investor. Many students, many startups, I address them. They come and think that, okay, I'll get investors of 1 crore, 2 crores, I can scale up. Never do that. 90% of the entrepreneurs or startup are failing in 5 years. That means 100 startups started in next 5 years, 90 of them fails. Why? They don't have past experience. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, invest a small amount, start small, think big. And if you can have a model of making profit, scale up. That is the time you have to scale up. Making scale up, if you want to start a 5-star hotel, I always tell one thing is that run a tea stall. If you have experience that, then make a decent hotel. Then go for a 5-star. So you have to go step. Otherwise, when you invest 100 crores and make a big business and you fall down, the fall will be big and many of them cannot survive that fall. So start small, think big.
All right, so that was very good. Thank you very much, sir. Those answers were good. Now it's almost time, so I go ahead to Kalyani for the vote of thanks.
Excuse me, let me just invite. And now to conclude, let me invite Kalyani K. Nair, the Deputy Social Officer of RSET IEDC, to propose the vote of thanks.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
So a warm greetings to all, Honorable Chief Guest, Ms. Krista Joseph, other dignitaries of Red Tails, beloved coordinators, and all my dearest friends. Today, I, Kalyani K. Nair, have been given the privilege to present the vote of thanks of this auspicious occasion. First and foremost, I would like to thank Ms. Krista George, and an engineering graduate who put forward his dedication and commitment in order to set up his dream, the Hyken, one of the best examples of being a successful entrepreneur. I also thank him for accepting our invitation to address our humble audience regarding the crucial aspects of entrepreneurship. It was really inspiring to listen to the advice that you have shared and also encourage the young aspirant entrepreneur. The positive attitude and the positive personality that you depicted throughout your speech was so stirring. You have really made the Red Tail platform so exceptional by your presence. Thank you so much, sir. Secondly, I would like to convey my felicitation to the coordinators, Ms. Sonia George and Augusto Boni, for organizing such a wonderful event as a part of Red Tail's IEDC. It helped in vital ways to sharpen the skills and identify one's true potential. Also, I would like to extend my thanks to IEDC, under which the program was conducted. Last but not the least, in my name and in the name of IEDC, I convey my sincere obligation to the audience who have made this event remarkable. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. So
Right,
we'll wind
thank
up.
you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. With
Sure.
this, we come to the end of Red Tails 4. Thank you very much for watching the event and have a very good day.
Bye.
See you all for the next Red Tails. Thank you. Bye. Have a good
Bye.
Have a great day.